Hello everyone. So in this video, we are going to discuss or brainstorm on importance of time. Why do we kill time or why do we waste time? And what can be done to reduce that wastage? Because there's a famous quote, time and tide waits for none. And if a time is wasted, that never comes back. So these are all the famous quotes, which theoretically we understand very well, but practically, how can we implement this? Uh, we'll go through that in this video. So, talking about this, firstly, let us understand why do we waste time. So, there's certain parameters or certain things because of which people generally waste time. The first one is lack of clarity. Like if there's a goal setting or if there's clarity what we want to achieve in a particular timeline. Like for example, if we have been given a presentation to prepare in 1 week, then we will work accordingly. But if we do not have any goal or we do not have any timeline, then it is very often or it is very probable that we tend to waste our time. To get into this, to understand this better, uh, you may consider that Monday to Friday we know our schedule very well. So the wastage of time is very less. But on weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays, most of the people have experienced that they just waste their time scrolling on feeds, scrolling on shorts, hovering on the phone, just going here and there, and they didn't understand, and the weekends are gone. So whenever the first parameter is that whenever we are there's a lack of clarity in our thoughts, lack of clarity in our goal, there's no goal setting, especially on a paper, we haven't written anything, then there's short thing that we are going to waste our time. Second thing which I would say is um, that most of the people used to waste their time on phones or scrolling on feeds and shorts. So the second parameter is that I would say artificial intelligence, because a certain algorithm is being set behind our shorts or Instagram or Facebook or any other thing, that it is making the people addicted of phones or internet or screens. Like people are wasting most of the times on the screens just because of the algorithm which is being set by the AI. Like AI will trace down what are your likes, what are your dislikes. Then the pattern is that you might have observed that while you are scrolling on the shorts, first of all, something, if you're seeing something like if you have seen a shorts of certain episode or certain thing. Now after some time it will start showing everything related to that, more shorts related to that. And the thing which goes there and the algorithm which works is that if you're liking a particular, for example, you have interest in fashion and you are scrolling on the feeds of fashion. So what is the thing, like you are following a particular celebrity, like for example, just for example, you're following Selena Gomez. You're watching a shot of Selena Gomez, then first shot will be of the Selena Gomez, two and three shots will be something else, then third shot will be again of the Selena Gomez. So the thing is that AI is making you addict, like it is giving you a perk, like it is giving you a rush of emotions while you are seeing Selena Gomez. Then again, certain other things are being given to you in the feed, so that to create a sort of craving in you, that you are craving to see the next shot of Selena Gomez, and next again you are being presented third or fourth shot of Selena Gomez, so that again that perk and again that emotion rush of emotions can be created. So this is the second thing, that AI is working behind the algorithm, which is making you addict towards the phones and screens, which in turn is leading to the wastage of time. Okay, and yeah, yeah. Now, what can be the practical way through which we can reduce the wastage of time? The first thing which I would say is clear goal setting, especially writing it on a paper, and that too. When I'm talking about clear goal setting, the goal should be realistic. So, explaining on this, if you're making a certain goal which is not realistic, like for example, then it will tend you to deviate more towards wastage of time. Like for example, if you have made a goal that I will study for 8 hours on this first day itself, and you have studied for only 1 hour itself or 15 minutes itself, now there will be a sense of guilty in you. And then, just because of anger or because of not feeling good, you'll start scrolling the shorts or scrolling the screen more often. You might have heard there are many people, when they are angry or when they are not feeling good, they are they are not they're not in a happy mood, or when they're angry, they start using their phones more often. Just, this is actually done to deviate yourself from a particular emotion. But yeah, but when people are angry or they're not not in a good mood, they used to scroll over their phones more often. Okay, so the goal should be realistic. Like, if you haven't studied for about 1 year, then the best goal you can set is for studying for 30 minutes. And moving ahead with this, if you have studied for even 15 minutes or 20 minutes, try to praise yourself. Try to focus on what you are doing rather than what you're not doing. But the attitude should be like this: I have tried to make improvement in myself even a bit, so I'm worth it. Okay. Yeah, this is the first thing: making clear, concise, and realistic goals. Okay. Um, the next, I would say, while you are, for example, if you're studying, so while you are pursuing something, try to invest your time in something else. Like, if you're studying something, for example, if you're studying in your btex or in bcom, any of the graduation, if you are studying, besides this, you can even pursue a thing which can either be related to your career or not related to your career. Like, for example, if you're studying btech, then meanwhile you can even try, if you're interested, like, I would be giving my example. I started for graphic designing while I was studying for btech, biomedical engineering. So it would be better to take up a thing which you like simultaneously with something else. Now, there's a crack in this. Like, you might have heard from many people, like, if you're sailing in two boats, you cannot go in either one. If you're doing too many attempts, too many hot irons, if you're doing too many things, then you cannot focus, or you cannot give your best in either one of them. So the thing is that, what, as per my understanding, is the thing is that taking five or six things simultaneously would not work. You cannot give your focus to each one of them. But it would be better if you are deciding that these are the three things, or these are the four things which I will be focusing to improve my level in this in the next 6 months or next 5 months. Like, for example, you can take, if you're pursuing your studies, if you're a student, then you can take, these are my three or four priorities, like my studies, my career, my health, and if I'm doing something, like, for example, YouTube. So these are my four priorities which I will be focusing on right now for next 6 months or 7 months or 1 year. And then I will try to improve my level in this. Level means that, uh, if my performance level is at basic level, then I will try to go on an intermediate, then to advanced level. I try to improve the level of my performance in this. Yeah. So this the one more thing here, in that, if you're not taking multiple things, if you're not trying to do multiple things at the same time, then there's a sense of boredom. Like, you might have heard many students who are just studying for about 12 hours. Like, for example, there are many uh, competitive exam preparations here in India, and I'm pretty sure there would be many competitive exams preparations elsewhere in the world even. So they're just focusing on studies and not doing anything. So you might have observed that when we are trying to focus solely on one thing, like, for example, studies for preparing for my competitive exams, then after a certain period of time, like 1 week or 2 week, there's a sense of boredom, and we do not like doing that thing. The like, there's a two approaches: there's push approach and there's pull approach. Like, the push approach means that we are trying to do something, we are putting ourselves in a situation that we have to do this. And one is pull approach. Like, we wanted to do this, we wanted to do this, we wanted to get better into this. There's a sense of, like, innovation or growth. we wanted to make it better. So there's a pull approach is much more better than push approach. So the thing is that if we are only focusing on a single thing, then it makes life more of monotonous and boredom. So it would be better if you're trying to attempt two or three things or three or four things in your life simultaneously, as per my opinion. um yeah. Right, and one more thing, if you are trying to attempt, if you're trying to learn a skill simultaneously when you're studying or when you're doing your job or something else, that will in short improve your level in life. Even like for example, if you're working somewhere, if you're working in a company and you have a you're fond of playing badminton. Now if you're investing your time playing badminton, so that will not even improve your health, but it will also improve the level of focus. Plus it will also give a sense of discipline in you. Like if going every day for a badminton is something sort of discipline, that I have to go for this no matter what happens, whatever my day is, I have to go to play badminton. So it would also inculcate a sense of discipline in you. So everything in our life is intertwined and interconnected. Yeah, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching me.